I'm really excited to talk to you about this today. And I had this thought earlier on as I was driving in the car because I wasn't sure what to talk about. And then it just came to me. And I really want to share this with you guys tonight. And that is simply becoming self aware of what our weaknesses are. And when I was younger, I remember always being told to think what my strengths are. Concentrate on what your strengths are. Don't worry so much about your weaknesses. Use your strengths to your advantage. Always work on your strengths. Take your strengths and grow them bigger and all this. And as I've got older, I've begun to put my own thoughts to it. How do I actually really feel about this concept? And I actually think it's extremely important to be aware of what your weaknesses are and to grow and to get better at where you're weak. If you take a long chain, for example, a chain of steel links, that chain is you. That chain represents you. And that chain is only as strong as the weakest link in it. That chain is only as strong as the weakest link. So if they're all your different skills, and you've got a weak skill there, you're only going to be as strong as that. So you need to grow that link stronger. You need to make that better to become a stronger chain. I really feel this is really important because a lot of us don't know what our weaknesses are, or we're in denial about what our weaknesses are. And I think that's really important. I think that's really important to establish. And another way I like to put it is think of video games, think of Madden and FIFA, the sports games, and you'd have your players, and they'd have different skill sets, and the aim was to make them better, and you'd get I think it was. I think I remember it was out of like stars, and you'd get a new star as the skill got better, and you'd have all these different skills, and then overall you'd have a rating, and 99 out of 100 was the best rating because nobody is perfect. That's impossible. You'll be chasing that for a long time if you're trying to be perfect. You simply can't do it. So 99 was always the best rating. And that was always the mission to get to there. And you would do that by getting each individual skill as good as you can. And the same goes for you in your own life. Imagine your skill set. You've got all these different skills down the page, and your aim is to get the stars up, get the rating up in each different area, so you can get the overarching skill, your overarching rating at a 99, and you can be an all-star player in life. That is the ultimate goal, and I think that's, for me, I think that's a fantastic way to see it and visualize it. And maybe another way is think of yourself as a container, and you're this container, and you put in love, you put in your money, anything that can be in abundance, happiness, knowledge, but all that can only fit in the size of the container. So to bring more love into your life, to bring more happiness, to bring more knowledge, money, obviously, you have to make whatever the container is, which it represents you. You have to make that bigger. Do you get what I'm trying to say? There are so many ways you can picture it, but really, really try to become aware of what your weakness is. For me, if I listening is dramatically better. If I take you back to 2016, I was on a graduate program with work, and we were in one of the modules, and it was about listening. I believe it was a coaching and mentoring module, actually. Something that I want to do and something that I want to become an expert in. And a huge skill of that is active listening. And we did this. It was this test, and it gives you a rating of what your listening skill is. And everyone's filling out the test, and we totaled them up, and I got the worst score in the class. I was actually quite embarrassed. I was actually really, really embarrassed because my listening skills, and at that point, it was I had been in denial about my. Excuse me, I'd been in denial about my listening skills, and at that point, it just highlighted it, and I was embarrassed. And since then, I've just become so self-aware of it, and I've tried to work so hard at it, and this is an area that has improved hugely for me. But there's still a long way to go. But from where I was, I made a fabulous amount of improvement. So that was a sign. I became self-aware, and then I concentrated on working that skill set and making it better. I increased the rating, so I can increase my overall rating as a person. What's another area for me? If I'm honest with you, selling. We as it's been made aware to me, we do sell our whole lives. We have to sell ourselves for job interviews, to our friends, to our parents. We have to convince people that we are a good, trustworthy person. And that definitely, when it comes to showing somebody that I've got something that can help them, that is a blockage for me. Honestly, I just want to be honest and real. That is a blockage for me. And that's something I want to overcome. That's something I want to get better at, because I want to help people. So that's an area that I identify that I really need to grow in. And I'm doing an intensive boot camp at the end of March. I'm doing another one in April in Italy, so I'm really excited about that opportunity. So yeah, another area that's weak for me. They're the two standout areas. But I've identified them. I know what I need to do. And you do the same. Really have a think. Where in your life are you being held back? Because it's likely in that area you're being held back because of a weakness. So yeah, I hope that's been of use to you. Really excited to share that with you, and I really feel like I've got my point across well there. And yeah, share in the comments below, up above. I don't know where they put them on social media these days. But yeah, leave a comment. What is your weakness? Have you had a weakness which you've overcome? I'd love to know what that is. Share with me. Start the conversation. It'd be great to hear from you. So you guys have a good evening. Sleep well, and I will see you tomorrow. I think day 15 now. Brilliant. Halfway through. Lots to come. Have a good night, guys.